Uh, Hello, Bingus. I am Chondo? So it's been a minute, which was not, it wasn't planned, and it was never something that I intended for this series to be. I wanted this to be an ongoing thing, but it's been, what, just like three months? 3 short months? And I want to explain my absence, both on my main channel and my second channel. But first, I just need a reminder of what exactly was going on in this world. Okay, so being up here feels a little less claustrophobic. To be honest, this is also the first time I'm playing Minecraft in probably 2 months. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to say that, but that's just the way life has turned out right now. I want to get focused on something before I start rambling, because I know that I won't want to stop. Okay, here's the plan for this episode. I'm going to make a farm. I'm gonna make a farm. Hold on, that's the Mojang logo in the clouds. This is gonna be a good episode. That's gotta be a sign. I'm actually thinking, I don't know if making a farm would be the best idea, because I think it's about to go into the colder months, or the colder seasons. I don't honestly know what effect that has on crop growth and stuff. But I know that in my personal world that I had before this, none of the saplings that I planted would grow, so maybe a farm isn't the move for today, but I'll definitely need this wood regardless. So playing Minecraft right now feels pretty weird. I feel like I've lost all my muscle memory, which is crazy considering that I've spent a decade playing this game. But I don't know, like I feel like my mouse sensitivity's all off. I feel like my scroll wheel isn't even working, and that doesn't even make any sense. Maybe I'll just make some other buildings, like maybe a storage house or something, and then use the cool little path blocks to combine them all. I don't know. That's the current plan for this video, is just to build something, and I gotta get talking, because I have to explain myself. The last Let's Play episode came out, I believe the night after my last main channel video, which was my video on ReInDev. And that video actually did really good, like way better than I ever could have imagined or expected, so thank you for the support on that. But to be honest, after that video, I didn't really even think about Minecraft very much. And if you've watched other episodes of this playthrough, that probably doesn't come as a huge surprise to you. I wrote the ReInDev video while I was already kind of feeling a little burnout from Minecraft. And I'm lucky to have a project like ReInDev, because that actually gave me a lot of inspiration to make something about Minecraft. But after that, I don't know, I just feel a little burnt out on the game, which I think is to be expected after so much time and after the videos that I've been making. But just losing interest in Minecraft does not exactly explain 3 full months of a break from me. The short and easy answer is just life happened. YouTube isn't all that I do. I'm doing school and work at the same time. And the way my schedule's turned out, it's just those things have taken a bit more time than they used to, It's something that's happened in the past, and I've managed it a little more consistently with like my response and how I handle my YouTube stuff. I can't even talk right. You see, I shouldn't have taken that time off, because now I don't know how to talk anymore. But yeah, this time around, that break just, it took a lot longer. Things hit a lot harder, and my schedule with YouTube suffered from it. But I have been doing stuff in the meantime. I know it probably doesn't seem like it on the YouTube front, but I'm still living, I'm still kicking, I'm still doing things every now and then. When it comes to YouTube specifically, I have a pretty big project in the works, but I'm sure I'll get into that later. I'm recording a video.
You are?
Yeah, Not like a camera video or anything. I'm just doing an episode of my gameplay thing that I do. It's basically a podcast.
That's cool.
Yeah, I haven't done one in 3 months, so.
You know that thing that I do once every 3 months?
Yeah. Well, I did it once every week for 2 weeks, so.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Bless you.
Yeah, I called just to sneeze.
Oh.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. If you follow me on Twitter, which I'm not saying you should, but if you do, thank you. You've probably seen that I'm still tweeting. And I guess just as an aside real quick, I want to say thanks again because I actually have gotten a lot of followers on Twitter because in the past week, I think, my re-endev video has gotten a bunch more support after it slowed down. And I'm not like I'm not crazy about like analytics and stuff, but I don't know, it's nice to see some more people finding that video and wanting to see more from me. It makes me happy and then makes me feel bad because I haven't done anything else. But that will not be the case for long, I promise. I am working on honestly a very big project. Just right out the gate. It will be a video that is not about Minecraft, which I'm very excited about because, you know, I'd like to like the thing that I'm talking about. That sounded harsh. I'd like to have interest in the thing I'm talking about. I think the render distance just got lower. Hold on. Okay, this is max render distance. Yeah, I guess fog set in. It's kind of eerie. But yeah, a really big video project that I'm working on. I'm super excited. I've been working on it pretty much since my last video, just at different paces and an altogether different pace from how I usually work on things, which means that I get to take a lot more time with it and I get to, you know, write more, I get to plan things out more, and I get to be overall just more comfortable with what the final product would be, which as a creator is really important. And to me right now, that's especially important because while I'm not necessarily unhappy with like the other videos I've done, I guess I could have been happier. I think they're good. I think they're fine, but there's always just a strive to keep going and make more and do more. Okay, I guess this is going to be a little animal pin. You know? A little animal pin. A little animal pin. It might not... Hold on. I might have to make a fence right here and right here because I think the animals could... They might be able to strafe like that. I'm not sure, but I don't want to take any chances. I don't want to give away too much information about my next video because I want it to be, you know, a little bit of a surprise. I've been talking about something on Twitter for a good while now, so if you look at a lot of my tweets, you can probably tell what it is, but I won't confirm or deny anything. But I'm very happy and excited for it. It is something that has taken up a lot of my time also outside of YouTube. I've gotten very interested in this thing, and I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to divulge information without, you know, just saying everything. So I think I'm just going to stop there and talk about the other stuff that I've been doing while I've not been on YouTube. In a word, Fortnite. I have been playing just an unreasonable amount of Fortnite. It's the only game that brings me any joy anymore. I'm not good at it. I don't invest a lot of time in getting better at it. I just play the game, and I don't know why, but I've gotten into this rhythm where if I play a game, it has to be Fortnite. If I play any other game, it's not worth it. I can't. I just can't. Which is weird, but I'm having fun. I'm sure if you have an awareness about Fortnite, you've probably seen people talking about this. But at the time I'm recording this, for the next, well, I guess until like 2 days from now, they have revisited the map in Fortnite from 2018, which is when I played the game, I guess a fair amount. I was never like super into it, but that's when I don't know, I played it. And yeah, they put their money on the right thing. Apparently I'm a sucker for old Fortnite, and I've just played a lot of it, which I'm a little worried about because once this little miniature season ends, and again, I think 2 days, I don't know if I'm gonna like the game anymore. Before they swapped over to this season, like the day before, I played a game on like the modern version of Fortnite. Dude, I had no idea what was going on. I thought it was a battle royale, and all of a sudden there's like a capture point. I'm like raising a flag, and before I could actually like get it all the way raised to see what happens, I get shot and I die. So I still don't really know what that does. But you know what? You didn't click on this video for Fortnite. You didn't click on this video for I don't know. Have I only talked about Fortnite? You didn't click on this video for Fortnite. You clicked on it for Minecraft, the game that I am currently struggling to remember how to play. So let's talk Minecraft. What's been going on in the Minecraft world? Well, Minecraft Live 2023 happened, and it was alright. I will say there's a skeptical side of me that thinks that the information could have been summed up very quickly and probably didn't warrant an entire show, but it's Minecraft Live, you know, you gotta do it. So what did they announce? They announced the trail ruins, they announced auto crafting, they announced a new mob within the trail ruins, they announced the copper bulbs. Those were cool. I can't think of anything else they announced, and that's not me saying that to signify or imply that they did not announce anything else. That is just me not thinking a lot about Minecraft. They all look pretty cool. You know, I like them. I think they're welcome additions. There's one thing, and I talked about this on Twitter just a little bit. I had one of my little spiels. I think the mob vote really, I don't know. I think it tarnishes these shows like a lot. I will say I wasn't super happy with the result that they got, the armadillo one, but also, I don't know, I don't really care that much. It's more so just, I don't know, I feel like the show could have a much more positive culture around it if the main attention drawer to the show wasn't the only reason that the Minecraft community like infights or whatever. I don't know if I just said any of that right. I think that the mob vote brings a lot of negativity and a lot of arguing that doesn't really need to be there. I did an entire video about every single Minecon that has ever happened, and while there was some infighting between like some content creators and developers and stuff, it didn't feel like the community was, you know, so divided over Minecon. You know, if you didn't want to go, you didn't go, but if you did, it was like a cool thing with a huge community and you got to be a part of it. But when you do the Minecon lives and direct viewer participation results in something that's being added into the game, I don't know. I don't like the mob vote. It's not about the thing that won. I haven't liked the mob vote even when my vote has won. I just think there's like so many better ways you could go about getting people to talk about Minecraft. People still talk about Minecraft, what, 14 years after it started being developed? Like, the game has its own staying power. You don't need to resort to something like the mob vote to keep people talking about the game. This is probably going to come off as a lot more of a rambling episode. I just am not accustomed to talking in this environment. And it's also a lot earlier than I usually record. It's currently 4:14 p.m. Usually when I do this kind of thing, it's very late at night, but my schedule has had to change almost entirely. Or I guess more so, it's had to flip almost entirely. I work very early morning shifts, so I can't afford to stay up late, which is a little sad, and I'm going to try to work around that without, you know, changing the whole vibe of this Let's Play. So, I don't know, I built this. This is a little animal pen. It doesn't look particularly very good. And I think I need to have a farm to breed animals, so I have to make a farm, but I don't know if crops grow differently depending on the season. So I'm just gonna go for it, I guess, and start a little bitty farm. Usually when I record these Let's Plays, I like to have a little list of topics to talk about, but to be honest, this time, I really don't. I don't feel like a lot has been happening with me and YouTube, so I don't have as much to talk about as I usually do. You know what? I just thought of something to talk about, and it's something that I've never mentioned on YouTube or any of my YouTube adjacent platforms. Let's talk about internet presences. I currently have the largest internet presence that I've ever had right now, with YouTube and everything. However, I also have been making stuff online for quite a while, which has resulted in me, sharing a lot of stuff online, whether it's creative stuff or whatever. And I actually had one of those outlets kind of get some traction again. I have a TikTok account that currently has, I want to say 16, actually, I'm just going to check on my telephone. Okay, this TikTok account has 12.7 thousand followers. I was pretty off, but when I started doing YouTube, I abandoned it and I had no further plans to use it. And I made a TikTok account for my YouTube stuff. And that's pretty much the only one that I planned to use from that point on. But for one reason or another, I decided to just make a stupid little post on that account, and it ended up getting 100,000 likes. Which, to be honest, not to sound braggadocious or anything, I've had things on there bigger than that. And again, I say that not to brag, but I wonder, every time I post a video on that account, I wonder if anybody recognizes it and says, hey, wait a minute, isn't that the guy from YouTube? It probably hasn't happened yet, if it ever even will. But I just think it's so interesting because it's kind of like a persona that I don't know, I left behind when I started doing YouTube stuff. And also, if you're wondering, I mostly just use that account for making funny little videos. Nothing, serious, nothing well thought out like my YouTube videos are, where I, write them and everything. They're just very spur of the moment. I need to record a TikTok right now, just whatever it is, right? That water is like very, very blue. And I'm not gonna say the name of it here. Not for any malicious reason. I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to shout it out because, again, it's not something that I, necessarily dwell on very much. I use the account very infrequently, and this is just a much bigger part of my life now. And this is the kind of online presence that, I kind of want to maintain. But yeah, if you ever see on TikTok a guy that you think looks like me, it might be me. Shh, but don't tell anyone. It's a secret. What? Why? Why? Okay. What is this? Mud? How did I make mud? Whoa! I made mud again! I don't want to make mud! I don't want to make mud! Why is it making mud? I can just till it again? Turns out I don't know much about farming in Better Than Adventure, which means I also don't know if you get seeds from breaking grass or if you have to till dirt. There we go. Okay, I'm noticing that the water doesn't seem to be reaching these crops, even though it should be. I'm going to assume that that's related to the season and that it's not my fault, but it might be. I don't know. I don't know why fences don't connect with polished stone. I assume it's intentional because I don't know how that kind of thing can be unintentional, but I guess I just don't see the reason behind it. I think it's okay. Like, I don't think it changes the function of the fence block by any means, but just an interesting little change there. Okay, the crops look to be growing okay. I'm a little weird about this one still not being wet, but these all got there, so maybe it's fine, and I just shouldn't worry about it. I guess while we're building little things around the place, I want to make a storage building because my house is tiny and I can't really do much with it. I do have the attic. It might be kind of nice to turn this into a little pond as well. I think that would look cool. I really liked the idea of turning it into a pond. Yippee! I've made a pond! I'll have to go in and like replace this probably with like dirt instead of the grass blocks, but I'm not doing that right now. Okay, and now I'm finally getting to building the storage building. You know what's weird? Gambling in video games. I think it started out with Team Fortress 2, right? You know, like with the crates and stuff and the man economy update, where, you know, you pay a couple bucks after you get a crate that can randomly drop, and, you know, you get a random item, and it could be anything. It could even be an unusual item that's worth, well, at the time, an indiscernible amount, but now, anywhere from $20 to $5,000. And that was really interesting, you know? It was something completely new we hadn't seen from the gaming industry, and you know, it was a cool little thing. There was a new market that you could use within the Steam. Well, I assume it was still in Steam. I don't know. Either way, it made an economy between players of a video game. I didn't experience the heyday of TF2 trading as much as I would have liked to. I played TF2 in the early 2010s, but I did not have a source of income, so I couldn't spend money on it. But then CSGO came around, and it had the same kind of economy and gambling / loot box systems that TF2 had, only I think there was maybe just a bit more focus put on the gambling aspect of it. Because, you know, you get the whole little roulette wheel where it's like, oh, you could have gotten this, or you almost got this. But in Team Fortress 2, you just open a box and it drops something at random. You know, you don't get to see the selection process that likely isn't even accurate in CSGO. But the gambling scene with CSGO did not end at the game. No, not even slightly. People would make websites that had comparable loot box experiences to the actual game, but they would offer different, you know, price points and different rewards and stuff. And I envy you if you did not experience this for yourself, but YouTube in 2016 was a nightmare because of this. That's where you saw the uptick in more modern style commentary channels, which very often got promoted and sponsored by gambling websites. I can still name some of these off the top of my head, even though I'm pretty sure they're all defunct. I kind of hope they're all defunct. They're all scams, but there was Drake Moon, CSGO Lotto, come on. There were so many. Like you could choose any gambling term and put CSGO in front of it, and that was a website that existed and made $1 million a month. We know now that it kind of ended up imploding upon itself, but for a while, it had such a chokehold on the internet and gaming culture as a whole. You still see the effects of it today, you know, only recently with very popular games, including battle passes like Fortnite, and then I think Rocket League also had a battle pass. You know, that was really the only alternative to loot boxes, because for a while they just became the standard. And why did we ever let it get to that point, you know? I know that these gambling sites were under a lot of fire legally, but not enough. They lasted for too long. You hear a lot of people shocked that someone would spend $20 on a skin in like Fortnite or Overwatch, right? And I mean, that all can really be brought back to gambling like CSGO and loot boxes, where the entry price was, you know, $2 or $3, but what you could get could be, you know, anything, be crazy valuable. So like, these skins aren't really worth $20, but they're $20 because that's like, that was the compromise. $20 for a paint on a model in a game that you don't actually like really own any part of. The compromise for that was $20. Sometimes I just think about that, and it's crazy. And those are, you know, present in games that have their own battle pass system. So it's like you solve one problem, but you create another one entirely. I think it just really warped our perception on that. because I think for a lot of people, a $20 skin or whatever is what they were expecting to get from spending $2 or $3 on a case. But because those cases or loot boxes or whatever could contain, something so expensive, the compromise was $20. That's something that's kind of always fascinated me ever since it happened, because I lived through it, and you really don't hear people talk about at least certain parts of it very much. Maybe that's something I'll make an in-depth video on one day, because I think it really has had such an impact on the way we view monetization in gaming. You combine that with microtransactions in mobile games, and you get where we ended up, which is like kind of really weird. So I'm gonna leave this area up here open because I may expand further upon it in the future by going up. I think to finish this video up, I'm gonna make a little dock right here. I think it'd be nice. I know this ended up being a shorter episode for this series, so I guess I'll talk about the future of this series while I still have a little bit of time. I really enjoy doing this series, and I regret that I have not revisited it sooner than today. It offers me something that no other form of content on YouTube right now does. And I think it's important for creators to have that kind of outlet, to do something different, to speak your mind, and just not stay quiet on everything. For me, it also serves another purpose where I have gotten into a certain rhythm when I play Minecraft that is very, I don't know, I feel like I play the game very quickly. And I don't take time to just do the small things that really make a world feel lived in, like actually living in them. Even in my personal worlds off camera that I do have, I tend to rush through things. I tend to move from project to project with very little direction in between. I like to have the best tools as early as I can, and full iron armor by day 2, which is fun if you want to do. I just heard a weird noise in this game. It might have just been a cow. If you're the kind of person, or you're playing on the kind of world where large projects is mostly what you want to do, then that kind of play style is, it's great that it gets you where you need to be very quickly. Like with what I've done today, where I've made distinct buildings for all of the things that you need in a world. I haven't done that in a while. I just like to make big bases that have everything you need right at your fingertips. Which again, it's convenient, but it's nice to expand outward and make a little place. A place that you can walk around in that isn't, made as efficient as it can be, that isn't perfected, it's rough around the edges. And I think that this is what Minecraft beta, and by extension Better Than Adventure, is really good for. There is not a lot of opportunity for automation and, maximizing your space, which, hinders some play styles, but for this kind of slow, steady movement, there's nothing better with Minecraft. And I know this is going to be a bit of a short episode. That was not planned at all. I think it's just a byproduct of a lot of things, including but not limited to my scheduling, how my free time is being distributed and worked through. But also, I just found myself kind of having fun playing the game. A lot of the time in these Let's Play videos, I spend a lot of time struggling with, very simple tasks because I'm talking, which, I don't mind that kind of content. I really like doing it. Sometimes I have a lot to talk about, other times I don't. But I found myself really just kind of enjoying building stuff and not having to worry about it. Things can look a little dumb or a little unpolished or a little blunt, but I don't know. I like it. And that's something that I haven't had in this game for a long time. So it's nice to be back there. The future of this series will hopefully get back into the swing of things with more conversation heavy episodes, but this was a very nice return to this world and Let's Play content that I think I really needed. I hope to get more videos out with this Let's Play a lot sooner than I have been. I will say that I noticed that it is becoming winter in the game. You can see the grass color is very light, which means maybe the next episode would be a nice cozy little winter episode, which I think would be really cool because it will be December in 2 days' time at the time I'm recording this. So I think it'd be nice. So keep your eyes out for that. This is going to be Village Big Roof. And it's gonna be an arrow. Caution. Trees, chest, pickaxe, wolf, sword, hoe, axe, shovel, bowl, TNT, mob farm, mine, redstone farm, barricade, question mark? You know, I kind of like the question mark. It adds some mystique. Is this Village Big Roof? Was the real Village Big Roof the friends we made along the way? I'd like to think so. I've been Bingus, I've been Chondo, you've been Bingus, you've maybe been a bit Chondo yourself, so I'm just letting you know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you again very, very soon.